Right, welcome back. And we come to the last part of chapter 6, which is a summary of what we have covered here. We try and solve in this particular slide, we try and solve the comprehensive problem. Okay, let's look at the first problem here. An investment will provide you $100 at the end of each year for the next 10 years. What is the present value of that annuity if the discount rate is 8%? This is a very straightforward question. Okay, you know the payment here. Okay, so it's an ordinary annuity. This is an annuity which will be paid every year, $100 per year for the next 10 years. And this is ordinary because it's at the end of each year. If it's at the beginning, then it becomes annuity due. Okay, and you know the term 10 years. Okay, and you know the interest rate 8%. So the unknown factor is only the present value. So you solve for the present value using the formula. Present value of annuity is equals to the annuity multiplied by, this is the present value interest rate factor. So 100 multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus 8% raised to the power of negative 10 divided by 8%, you get $671.01. So this is the present value of this annuity. So in order to get this annuity over 10 years, okay, you can pay $671.01 now. Alright, now we move on to the second question. What is the present value of the above if the payments are received at the beginning of each year? So basically it's the same elements. It has the same elements, but now the payment occurs at the beginning of each year rather than at the end. So this is called annuity due. Therefore, we just revise this slightly. The annuity due. Okay, before going to the annuity due, you can also use the table here. Okay, present value interest factor annuity table to solve this. You can use 100 multiplied by this value. This is taken from the appendix. This is the value for present value interest factor annuity, 8% 10 years. Okay, you multiply this, you get exactly the same answer in this case, because it's rounded to 4 decimal points, but it is still the same answer as the formula. So you can also use the table here. Now coming to the second question. Alright, so this is present value of annuity due. So it's the same, similar to this, except you have this factor here. You multiply with 1 plus r, because it's annuity due. Okay, so therefore you get 724.69. It must be higher than this. It must be greater than this. Okay, another way of doing this would be just take this value, multiply with 1 plus 8%. So you take the value of an ordinary annuity, present value of an ordinary annuity, multiply this with 1 plus r, or you compound this for one more period at the interest rate. Therefore you get this value. So either way is correct. So we get the right answer here. $724.69. Right, then let's look at the third question. If you deposit those payments into an account earning 8%, what will the future value be in 10 years? So it's basically the same question. Okay, but now we are not interested in the present value, but we are interested in the future value. Okay, here we assume that the payments are at the end. So it is an ordinary annuity, but we want to determine the future value. So we use the future value formula, which is similar to this. The only difference is here. Okay, 1 plus r raised to the power of positive n minus 1. Not this way. Alright, divided by 8%. So you get 144.86. You can also use the table. Okay, now the table gives you a slightly different answer because it's rounded to 3 decimal points. Okay, we use, this is future value interest factor. This is table appendix A4, I think. If you look up this table, 8%, column of 8% interest rate and period of 10. Row 10. Okay, you get this value 14.487. You multiply with that, you get 1448.70, which is more than this. So it's not very accurate because of rounding. Because of this rounding. But another way of getting this answer, okay, future value interest factor annuity, would be to use this value here, 671.01. You compound this for 10 years, at 8%. Yeah, so you take this, multiply it by 1 plus 8% raised to the power of 10, you get the same answer. Yeah, so this is the future value of this present value. Yeah, so just take this value here, you compound this at 8% for 10 years. Yeah, so you get this value. Yeah, so either way you get the same answer. As long as you're consistent, you get that answer. Since you have got this, okay, rather than doing this way, it is more efficient to just do it this way. Yeah, alright, so you can get the same answer. Okay, alright, then we come to the last part. Yeah, here, what will the future value be if you open the account with $1,000 today? You still have this, you want future value, but you have $1,000 today, and then make the $100 deposits at the end of each year. Yeah, so it will be similar to this, but you have another payment here, 1,000 that you pay today. So this 1,000 must be compounded at 8% over 10 years. So 1,000 multiplied by 1 plus 8% raised to the power of 10. This is one part, plus this value here. Yeah, so you get $3,607.58. This is one way of doing this. Yeah, there is another method. What you can do is you add this 1,000, okay, that you have now with the present value of the annuity. So this is present. You can add because these are both present value. Yeah, you cannot add this and this, yeah, because they are not present value. You can only add this. This is future value, and this is future value at the same time. Yeah, therefore you can add these two. These two you can add because these are both present value values. Yeah, at present value. Yeah. So you can add these two. This will be $1,671.01. Then you compound this at 8% over 10 years. You get this value, yeah, which is the same as this. Yeah? It must be the same, yeah, as long as you're consistent. Okay, you will get the same answer. There are many ways, yeah, to solve the same problem. There's not only one way, yeah. So it's important to note that. Okay, you can use your creativity to solve it as long as you are correct. Okay, there are many ways to solve the same problem, yeah, especially in time value of money. Alright, with that we end this chapter 6, okay, and there will be some assignment questions that you need to do, yeah, in UUM online learning. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, there will also be a quiz number 3, yeah, also online. This will also be on UUM online learning. Yeah, good luck.